in the palette. Jax. Hey, you guys. Literally me. I'm Bunny. Sometimes I buy stuff, sometimes I say stuff, and sometimes I do stuff. Look at how much effort I put into this look for this video on what I would call high-end makeup. I say high-end because this particular brand, and I am talking about Pat McGrath Labs, is like something that I normally wouldn't spend a ton of money on. The palette that I'm about to talk about retails for $125. And for that price, that palette better come with 5 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. I had seen these palettes, of course, across YouTube for like the last year or so. Call me a packaging whore. Like, I have the original casing back here because I just think it's such a pretty package. I am referring to the Mothership 2 Sublime palette. What happened was, I always was drooling over these online, was like, I'll never be able to afford one. So just look at fondly. But this one day, a girl I follow on Instagram shared a story that the Pat McGrath Labs website was offering a discount code, and it was a pretty good discount code. It was like up to 50%. Let me go on the website and just see what could happen. They have a ton of these Mothership palettes. They all kind of have like warm shades, and then there's like a pop of a different shade, a pop of red or a pop of blue. The one that I ended up picking up had the pop of green. So I added it to the cart, used the discount code, and I saw that it went from $125 down to $64. And I was like, $64, I might be able to handle that. If you've seen my previous videos, you know that I'm a sucker for free gifts and free shipping. If I spent $75, that they would throw in this free eye kit. And I was like, okay, let me see what else I can get. So then I ended up adding on a lipstick with the discount code. It ended up being $14 or so. So then with everything totaled, I hit the $75, got the free eye kit and the free shipping. So I spent about $78, I think, in total for everything. I'm just gonna go real quickly over what I got and then the quality and then my thoughts about them. First, let's just dive right into the Mothership 2 Sublime palette. Very cool artwork. I'm very into it. Dark but beautiful, kind of edgy. I'm very into it. Very into it. It comes in this really nice, heavy black. It's plastic, but it definitely has quality. I still have not peeled the film off of it because I'm still trying to figure out what I like about this and what I don't like about it. Here are the colors. As you can see, it's a lot of shimmers and glitters, which kind of turned me off. Still a beautiful color story. I mean, you cannot deny that those colors aren't really attractive together. So for 4 days in a row, I went to work and I did an eye look each day using only this palette. I ended up getting 4 pretty decent looks with experimenting for my first time on these, but I did find that the glitters, especially the 2 pop out colors, the green and the gold, they were very hard to work with and they had a lot of fallout. I tried everything that I could, glitter glue, primer, doing my eyes first, tissue underneath while I applied. My finger, I tried everything. Spraying the brush, wetting the brush, everything that I could think of to try and get how these colors look in the pans on my eye. Now today is probably the closest that I got this whole entire time. I don't know if you can see, but like I have the green and this like gold to pink shade in the corner right there. I also have that white shade in the inner corner, but talk about that in a minute. The pros about this palette. These 4 shades right here are magnificent. This was the very first color that I tried. When I put that on a light brush and just started sweeping it over my lid, I was so impressed at how the pigment just so beautifully dispersed over my lid. Like I was like, ooh, this is really nice. It was kind of sheer and it was very buildable, but like really easy to work with. And that kind of goes for these 4 here. Even though these 3 are kind of like a little bit of a shimmer, they still have the same quality that this matte does, where it just kind of like spreads really evenly across the lid. So I was like really happy with those. This black color, this was the most patchiest out of the whole bunch. I really wish that this was a little bit darker and more even. What I did notice about this one is no matter what color you mixed it with, it did give it like kind of like a grungy look. I actually found the entire palette to be sort of a grungy look. It was really hard to get like extreme clean cut creases and anything like that because the colors do just blend so feathery that when you start working with a bunch of layers, it does end up coming out like a little bit grungy and very smoky. Now you would be really excited about these 4 colors in the palette because they are the standout colors. But let me tell you, just in my experience, and maybe it's my like skill level, they are really hard to work with. I can't get the payoff that I really, really want from these colors. The shifts are like gorgeous. When you swatch them, they look really good. But when you start applying them to the eye, they just don't. I have this stuff packed on so, like I had my finger, I was like, like so many layers of this green to get this payoff. And that pinky gold color, I put layers and layers and layers and layers of that on here to get this look for just this video. I would never put that amount of work into something like going to work or like the movies or something. Like, oh my Lord, it was like a little bit too much. Unfortunately, that is a little bit of a disappointment. Like, look how pretty they look in the pans. Like, why can't I get that type of payoff on my face? I do think that this palette is really beautiful. I would pay the $64 that I paid just for those 4 kind of neutral mattes because of how they layer. Oh my gosh, I love the way that they go on the eye. The other 4, this color. Oh, this is so chunky and like, oh my gosh, I just tipped it and like a bunch of it fell out. Like, this is so chunky and loose and it's so hard to work with and there's little to no payoff. I tried everything to try and get that inner corner because I was trying to stay within the palette. I wanted that inner corner highlight and I just couldn't get it. I couldn't get that white to be what I wanted it to be. So that was like sort of a disappointment. I do feel like some of these are really, really good. Maybe I need to play with it a little bit more, but first impressions, I would not pay $125 for this. I can get better color payoff with a ColourPop palette, and I have. Still, I'm happy to have it. I would say if you're interested in picking one up, make sure you try and do it during a sale, please. That being said, just to kind of like give myself the whole collection after I ordered the eyeshadow palette, which by the way, let me just mention that it took them almost a month to ship this to me by carrier pigeon. So let me just talk about real quick the 2 lip liners. The 2 lip liners actually are really not that bad. The formula is really good. I got the colors Starstruck and Bloodlust because I wanted like a nice pink to go with like my regular pink shades and then a red obviously to go with the red. But the gel liners are very creamy. They're easy to put on. I don't have a problem with them at all. Do I think that they're worth $28 a piece? I mean, I have some Wet n Wilds that work just as well. So, I mean, that's up to you. If you want to pay for the name, cool. They are really actually pretty nice. All right, let me move on to the Eye Duo, the mini mascara, which the full size retails for $30. And then they did send the full size Dark Star liquid eyeliner, which retails for $32. The mascara can go the fuck home. I'm not into this at all. The brush is a no for me, dog. I am not into this type of brush with the big fluffy ends. It just did not work for me. I did notice that it did lengthen my lashes pretty well, but it did not help curl at all. It was not. My lashes were like, poof. That's a pass on that one for me. However, this one can choke me and doesn't even need to call a cab in the morning. Like, I will gladly do the walk of shame home proud with this little guy. I used this for almost all the looks I did with the palette for work, and every single time this glided on so smoothly. It gave me a nice, fine, even line. It went over the shadow beautifully. So I think, honestly, for $32, I will buy another one of these in the future. This was actually pretty amazing. Pat McGrath Labs Extreme Black Dark Star Precision Liquid Eyeliner is a go. Last but not least, the lipstick. I am wearing it in this video. I will say that the formula going on is very creamy. However, I did find if I don't use a balm underneath or a lip mask or something, that it does dry out my lips. But let's be honest, I really bought it to get the free shipping, and I kind of fell in love with the packaging. Online, the packaging looked really cool, but then when I got it in person, I was kind of like let down a little bit. I don't know if you can see, the design is literally just printed on the case, and there's actually like a sticker with some of the pattern on it. So this lipstick, $38. I really do feel like a lot of this stuff was overpriced for the quality that I got. Again, my first time using any of it, so maybe it's a skill level that I just haven't reached yet. I would definitely not sign a mortgage paper to buy this palette. And some of these accessories I would only purchase on sale. I wish I had better news for myself. I really do. Congratulations to people that have good luck with this and are in collect. But I mean, I cannot give it a rave review from this value-seeking goth girl. I can't. I wish I could. I'm still very happy to have it in my collection. Don't get me wrong. Anyway, guys. Oh, I forgot. Okay. That being said, wow, I just said like all this bad shit about this, and guess what? I bought an Idols eyeshadow for you guys. So this is a Pat McGrath Idols single eyeshadow. It is in the color Gold Standard. This is an unopened brand new package, and this is actually going in the giveaway for you guys. You guys are gonna get this in Harris. Good luck. I'm just kidding. From looking at this one through the little window package, like I do think that this one is gonna be good because it has kind of the same texture as some of the shimmers in this palette that I actually enjoyed working with. So this is actually probably a pretty good one. So I would be excited about that if I were you. And I'm going to be doing a video on Harris and everything that is included in him soon. So please remember to subscribe so that you can be on the lookout for that and how to enter. If you could please like this video, that would be awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you've had luck or no luck with Pat McGrath Labs. Let me hear your victories and gripes, because I kind of have both with this. That's all I have for you guys. I will see you on the next one. I love you. Bye.